When it comes to many of the new grass faces, from a maintenance perspective, we're going to try to rotary mow these bunkers 2 times a week. That'll keep them at a nice tight 2.5 inches, and hopefully most balls hit the bank and obviously roll into the flat parts of the bunker. However, there are times following days of heavy rainfall or days when we really couldn't be on the course because of maximum play. These might get a little fuzzy, and you might occasionally find yourself, depending on the kick you get, on this grass face.
So here's the shot. The most important thing that I can say, and this goes through the entire golf course, is you have to make sure that when you're setting up to this shot, and you can see the flag there, you've got to make sure that your shoulders always align with the angle of the hill or the slope. That's critical in hitting all shots. That's from this hill, that's out on the golf course in bunkers. Your shoulders always must match the slope. Now, if I go to hit this shot, I'm actually going to drop another ball. If I go to hit this shot and I lean my shoulders the wrong way, so the slope is going this way, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to get too steep and I'm not going to be able to get the ball out. I've got to have my shoulders match with the slope. So in order to do that, I may even want to get wider with my stance, which is going to allow me to get stability on this hill. From here, I got to get my shoulders like this. Now, one thing you want to be careful about, I brought 2 clubs out. I have my 60 degree. I may not want to use that in this particular shot because the 60 degree might go right underneath the ball. I took my sand wedge, might even want to use my gap wedge or pitching wedge. Again, you have to practice this shot, but if you use a 60 degree, you could slide it right underneath, and again, the ball could stay right there. So take your sand wedge or gap wedge, but the most important thing is make sure you're getting your shoulders and putting them in an angle with the hill. Try to get your hands so that when you see the ball, your hands are even or even slightly ahead of the ball. If you put your hands too far back, that's going to slide the club too far, the club face too far under the ball. If you're like this and you put your tilt back, your hands are still there, you're going to make contact with the ball when you hit the shot. If your hands are too far back from the ball, you're going to end up sliding the club head underneath, and again, you're not going to make solid contact. In summary, get your slope, get your tilt of your shoulders with the slope, hands slightly ahead, and make sure you're using the right club to ensure that you're making contact and not sliding the club head underneath the ball.